If you ever underestimated the power of money, Saudi Arabia's $500 billion project is here to prove you wrong. It is one of the largest and most ambitious projects in history, but it now faces major setbacks. Hi, my name is Yerna, and today we are going to take a closer look at this project, its goals, and the challenges it is currently facing. So don't mind to subscribe to the channel and enjoy the content. Aim for the moon. Even if you miss it, you'll land among the stars. The monumental mega project has set its sights even higher. In Saudi Arabia, an astonishing city is being built, unlike anything you've seen before, with twin skyscrapers rising 500 meters high and stretching 170 kilometers in length. In 2017, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman announced the launch of the $500 billion Neom project. The name is a combination of two words, Neo, which means new, and Mom, which means future in Arabic. This project aimed to build a futuristic city with advanced technology, sustainable infrastructure, and a diversified economy. Now, these aren't just average skyscrapers. They rise majestically from the desert, piercing the sky at long 500 meters. The project is a powerful symbol of an innovative, future-focused approach to urban living. But as you might expect, with a project of this magnitude, it's been facing a bit of a headwind. The dream is grand, the vision is sweeping, but so are the obstacles, one of them being the massive costs involved. Now, reality is that although an initial allocation of $500 billion was made for the entire Neom project, which amounts to more than half of Saudi Arabia's federal budget, experts are now warning that costs could easily exceed $2 trillion, a staggering sum surpassing the GDP of Brazil. Of course, such an amount far exceeds any typical construction costs previously encountered in the region. Remember, this project was envisioned as a futuristic, boundary-pushing city, but these unprecedented costs show just how ambitious and challenging that vision truly is. The question now is, can this bold and ambitious blueprint overcome such substantial challenges to redefine the cities of tomorrow? The original plan for 170 kilometers marked the beginning of a promising journey. However, life isn't always a bed of roses. In the end, the plans were revised, and the length of the revolutionary linear city was reduced from an astounding 170 kilometers to just 2.4 kilometers, a clear testament to the difficulties faced by such ambitious undertakings. Evening comes after the day. Despite these bumps on the road, the resolve to see the Neom project through remains rock solid. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog after all. This project is a firm pillar in the grand scheme of reshaping Saudi Arabia's economy.
Neom and the line both are really the centerpiece of Saudi Arabia's grand vision for the future. So any big event that happens in Saudi Arabia now, because they hold a lot of international conferences, including the World Economic Forum, which happened last week, there was a lot of buzz and discussion about the Neom and the line, both the projects, and what it would look like and how it would transform Saudi Arabia's economy, the future, the way the country operates.
Ever heard the phrase, Rome wasn't built in a day? Similarly, it's no easy feat. The engineers and architects currently building a new mega project in the heart of the desert are learning this the hard way. As we discussed earlier, the scale of Neom is unlike anything we've ever seen, and with that comes equally massive obstacles. One of the first and most formidable is the sheer magnitude of the excavation needed, a challenge that's proving just as monumental as the project itself. Millions of cubic meters of sand and rock need to be transported to get the groundwork in place, a task so huge it would make even the largest ant colonies envious. Thousands of trucks and diggers sprang into action, roaring engines echoing across the desert. In near-perfect harmony, humongous heaps of sand and rock were swiftly cleared in 24/7. It was a sight to behold, a logistically complex battle of heavy machinery and the diligence of the workers. But like in any great story, there have been trials and tribulations. In one unfortunate incident, workers unintentionally dumped copious amounts of sand in a key area marked for a waterway to the Red Sea. This blunder necessitated a substantial, time-consuming and expensive do-over, causing a delay in the overall progression of the project. It's like building a castle. You wouldn't start without ensuring the ground below is firm. Engineers pull out their secret weapon, deep foundation techniques to make this happen. This fascinating process involves driving piles, similar to gigantic nails, deep into the ground. These piles can sometimes reach incredible depths of 60 meters or more, anchoring securely into the stable bedrock beneath. But even with these advanced techniques, the desert's harsh environment has not made things easy. The extreme temperatures and sandstorms have been a constant challenge for workers and machinery, leading to delays and additional costs for the project. Nevertheless, despite these challenges, special attention is now focused on another crucial task, the creation of the exterior of this architectural marvel. The design blueprint of the line points towards a reflective glass outer wall. Apart from adding a touch of sleek and modern aesthetic appeal, this feature plays a vital role in maintaining internal temperatures by bouncing back sunlight. However, This doesn't come without its unique set of challenges. Imagine sourcing and installing extensive quantities of such specialized glass. Getting materials on such a vast scale can actually stir up global market prices and create supply chain hiccups. And we can't simply slap on the glass. It requires exact precision in installation to maintain the structural integrity and preserve the aesthetic consistency of the line. Inside, the line is far from ordinary. It's not your run-of-the-mill skyscraper with a one-size-fits-all design. Instead, the line is segmented into distinct modules, each with a unique layout and functionality. These modules work together to form diversified neighborhoods within our vertical city, offering residents an array of living environments and amenities. This modular approach sounds interesting, but it isn't without its own set of engineering puzzles. Seamlessly integrating these individual modules while preserving structural stability is no walk in the park. It requires careful planning and meticulous execution. And let's not forget about transportation within the line. Another hurdle came when Robert Mogilnicki, a knowledgeable resident scholar at the Arab Gulf States Institute, said that the project's isolated location and new flare-ups in the Red Sea could create specific problems in terms of construction and equipment delivery. Moving on to the next hurdle, officials find themselves tasked with the mission of persuading companies and residents to invest in Neom and drawing in tourists. There's no magic wand here. These demand-related elements mean that the Saudi government and project organizers have less direct influence over Neom's success. They are also working tirelessly to dispel the news over the media that Neom is grappling with delays and hitches. In recent times, the grapevine, Western media outlets to be precise, has been abuzz with news that the nation is trimming down population projections for the line and is out in the market for loans. There's been a bit of chatter lately about this grand project, and well, let's just say it's making more than a few people feel a bit nervous. According to the reports, the project's financial implications are starting to raise eyebrows, and not in a good way. We're talking money with so many commas and zeros that it could dizzy even the most seasoned accountant. The cost can potentially skyrocket to an astronomical $1.5 trillion. And it's not just us regular folks doing a double take at this. No, even those high-ranking officials within the Saudi government are starting to feel the heat. They are getting jittery too, and with good reason. These unexpected financial stakes of this project are setting off a few alarm bells inside the Saudi corridors of power. Next on the agenda, the Grand Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has unveiled an ambitious blueprint to catapult its tourism sector. It is setting its sights on welcoming a whopping 150 million visitors annually by the year 2030. This vision involves the creation of sparkling new resorts and dynamic cities that will serve as vibrant travel epicenters akin to what Dubai has accomplished in the region. However, most potential tourist hotspots are along the scenic Red Sea coast. This region has been a hotbed of escalating tensions. The unsettling climate of persistent conflict has thrown the Red Sea shipping routes into chaos, prompting companies to steer clear of the area. Navigating the region's current situation feels like walking a political tightrope for Saudi officials. It's clear as day that the threat of continuing conflict could throw a spanner in the works for officials with high aspirations for Neom. Did you see that coming? This is a thorny issue they'll need to handle with care. After all, they don't want to see their grand plans for Neom walking on eggshells. In light of recent events, you have to take a closer look at Saudi Arabia's diplomatic efforts thus far. Even before escalation in the region, Saudi Arabia seemed to be on a path towards smoothing things over and normalizing its foreign relations within the region. In March 2023, a remarkable event unfolded. Saudi Arabia and Iran reached a pivotal agreement to rekindle their diplomatic ties. Thanks to a little nudge from China, these two nations decided to reopen embassies in their respective capitals. It was a sign of hope, a new dawn for troubled relationships. Leading up to the 7th of October, whispers of Saudi Arabia negotiating a deal with the US started to echo. This deal was set to comprise a normalization pact with Israel. You could ask why, and the New York Times might have the answer. The renowned newspaper reported that Saudi Arabia was seeking a security guarantee from the US in case Iran decided to launch an attack, a metaphorical safety net, if you will. However, the best-laid plans of mice and men often go awry. The progress on this deal was abruptly interrupted. The Israeli offensive in Gaza ignited flames of outrage all over the region. This sudden shift left Saudi officials in a tough spot, teetering between a surge of local support for the Palestinian cause and the nagging US insistence to normalize relations with Israel, a real caught between a rock and a hard place situation. Saudi Arabia is now raising the banner for peace. They're calling for an end to the turbulent period in Gaza while pointing fingers at Israel for their roles. All this, yet they aren't closing the door on the possibility of forming a bond with Israel. Their hope is pinned on the condition that a Palestinian state would be part of the deal. The United States and Saudi Arabia are almost crossing the finish line on an exciting new agreement. They're discussing ensuring security and civilian nuclear assistance, which is no small feat. But let's not jump the gun here. Reaching a decision to normalize Israeli-Saudi relations is a steep mountain to climb, and we're far from reaching the summit. It's a long road ahead with many twists and turns. The increasing unrest is casting a significant shadow over Saudi Arabia's grand $500 billion dream for Neom, where they aim not just to build a city, but to create a futuristic hub that draws in millions of international explorers. Yet, as we've seen, even the most ambitious projects can be vulnerable to the unpredictable forces of global geopolitics. The Saudis are on edge due to the fear of any possible flare-up. And they have valid reasons too. They're sitting on this largely untouched gem, a striking coastline along the Red Sea. It's like having a treasure chest you've just started to uncover, and you're already spotting stacks of gold. They're now sprucing up this beachfront and foresee it as a goldmine of opportunities. Present along the serene Red Sea coast, various Neom ventures are strategically aimed at magnetizing the luxury tourism sector. It's like they've set their eyes on the prize, and they're not backing down. Neom's swanky island resort of Sindala is being sold as an exclusive portal to the breathtaking Red Sea. It's hanging an irresistible carrot in front of all those luxury-seeking rabbits out there. This 5-star luxury resort is attracting investors from all corners of the world. They envision it as a go-to spot for the well-heeled, offering private yacht tours and access to lavish underwater experiences. Saudi authorities must prove that their tourist spots are safe distances from potential conflict areas. For example, the proposed Red Sea International Airport will provide travelers with a direct route to Neom, bypassing any potential danger zones. So, what do you think? Will Saudi Arabia be able to complete its project, or will this be the failure of the century? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.